Well, welcome back to Tribe Talk with Transform Christmas. We're here with Nicholas Rivero and Jason Dyba. Last week we talked about creativity, and I thought it was a great discussion. So this week we wanted to tackle this idea of DIY. There's a lot of DIY projects going around, but one of the things that's most interesting, and the reason we have all this colored tape near us, is LED strip tape. Now, where did this idea come from, and where are maybe some of the things that you've really gotten into this?
Yeah. I'm a really big fan of this because it's really becoming really more affordable to be able to do some really cool things. You know, this was kind of technology that was kind of out of grasp, out of reach, and finally you can buy this stuff, and this stuff comes in like 15-foot rolls basically, and you can do pretty much anything with it. People are making Halloween costumes out of it to set designs. That's crazy. Now you guys have used this in your environments.
Yeah, we just started using it this year for the same reasons. It finally had come into the realm of where we could afford it. But really, the way we got to it is that we were doing a series earlier this year called What is Love, Baby Don't Hurt Me.
Oh boy.
And we wanted kind of this throwback feel to kind of the retro throwback. And so I wanted neon originally, but then you look in the cost of actual neon. Our stage is 70 feet wide, so filling it up with neon it would be completely impossible. And so we looked at LED tape as an alternative to having that same kind of look and being able to shape it in a whole bunch of different shapes. So for that set, we went ahead and just made some big 2x4 painted white triangles, and then used LED tape along with some double-sided tape to attach it. And I don't know all the mechanics of it, but it was actually really affordable in order for us to pull that off.
And did your team find that it was easier to use than you were expecting?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you have to do a little bit of research. There is a bit of a learning curve, but not too much. I think it's within realm that really anyone could use this.
And now you've done a lot of research on this. So walk some of our viewers through just the simple basics, like what are the different types, and where do you even get started?
Yeah, get started. One of the places that I really got started, there's a tutorial you can find online if you just Google something called Mad Light. It's from a group of guys called Mad Mapper. And they basically walk through a tutorial, and that was the very first tutorial I found online that really just kind of got my start, and then I started running from that. And
so there's a couple different types, right? There's like analog and digital. What is this that we're looking at here?
Yeah, so to show you right now, this is what's called analog LED. And in short, basically this is RGB tape. You can get it in white or RGB. And then with analog, the entire strip is just one color. So this entire roll is 5 meters. And what
does something like this cost?
Probably a roll of 5 meters you can get for anywhere between about $20 to $30 these days. Mm-hmm. So the basis, this is what's called a 50/50 LED that basically tells you what the size in millimeters of each LED in this strip. Again, this is analog tape. Now there's digital tape, which means that every one of these little pixels right here can be completely different color. But to focus right here...
So that's how we'd build an LED wall?
Yeah, basically just like an LED wall. So to kind of focus right here, and really if you're kind of getting started, this is the great place to get started with analog LED tape. You can find this if you just kind of search for what's called 50/50 LED tape. And then right here I have a little controller. This is about $20. And this controller can kind of set this to some different colors and some different things like that. But you can also hook this up via DMX, which is what lighting consoles speak. And this little controller, and then you just basically plug that into a power supply. And
now you did something at the SALT conference 2 years ago that was pretty impressive, where you actually used video content, a lot of the VJ loops content, high contrast stuff we've got on the site, to actually drive this turning on and off. Can you talk really quickly about how you did that?
Yeah, it's something I'm really a fan of. It's something called pixel mapping. And so pixel mapping can actually take clips of video data, and then convert that video data into DMX. And so there's various programs. One of the programs is something called Mad Mapper, as I mentioned, and that's a program that will take video and then convert it with some hardware to DMX. So you can basically turn things like lights and LED strip tape into a video screen.
Nick, I heard you had also used this at your wedding. What did you do with that?
Yeah, so at my wedding, I built a 60 mason jar chandelier with just standard quart-sized mason jars and turned every one of the mason jars into individually controllable RGB pixels.
That's awesome.
There's your purveyor of video awesomeness right there. If you want to follow these creative geniuses, make sure you check out nicholasrivero.com and keep in touch with all the things he's got going on. And jasondyba.com, he's recently posted some neat projects that he's been working on. So make sure to check those guys out. Yesterday we had a fantastic social media Monday. Gave away a ton of credits. So congratulations on that. Keep us in the loop. Every day we'll be doing new stuff on the blog. Make sure you follow along with hashtag TWMXmas14 on social media. And we'll end with your wedding video, I guess. Take a look at this.